I'm on the Monster SP. Got the same dash as the Ducati Hypermotard, but this one has got a fuel gauge, quick shifter, wheelie control, traction control, ABS. Everything is there as a standard Ducati fashion. Monster SP has the fully adjustable Öhlins fork, steering damper as standard, fully adjustable Öhlins shock at the back, elevated seat height of 840mm. Compared to Hypermotard, it is still lower. For me, I can easily flat foot it. There is no issues whatsoever. So we're going to get started. The 4.3-inch TFT dash, similar to Hypermotard, but this one has got the fuel gauge. Hypermotard does not have the fuel gauge. Instrument cluster similar to Hypermotard. How to change the riding modes, how to adjust the traction control, wheelie control, everything similar to Hypermotard or Scrambler. So nothing specific to call out there. The riding position on this one is little lean forward. It's a sportier riding position. I did get an opportunity to test ride the standard Monster, but this is the first time I'm getting to test ride the Monster SP. Once again, thanks to Ducati for letting me test ride this motorcycle. Ever since Monster SP was launched in Malaysia, I want to test ride this, and this is the first time I'm getting the opportunity to do that. And thanks to Ducati The standard Monster, I think, goes out for 80,000 ringgit, and this one goes in a premium about 100,000 ringgit. That was before the price increase. After the price increase, I'm not really sure the price on SP has gone further up. So why will you go for a Monster SP? The reasons why you will go for a Monster SP is because you want more blinks on your Monster. This means that you like to have factory fitted, fully adjustable Öhlins forks. You like to have factory fitted, fully adjustable Öhlins monoshock. You like to have the factory fitted steering damper. All of those expensive bits and bobs and the juicy components you like to have on your Monster. I think that's when you upgrade to a Monster SP. The price difference on the Monster SP is also substantial, about 20,000 ringgit, but you wanted more blinks and you got to pay for those blinks. So it got an inclined riding position. The riding position is similar compared to the standard Monster. Monster SP, just like the standard Monster, has got the engine lifter from the Hypermotard, which means that it got a better power to weight ratio compared to the Hypermotard. Monster SP has got a better power to weight ratio compared to Hypermotard, and it's got sportier riding position and less wider handlebars, which means that you could take this motorcycle for occasional track riding. I think this motorcycle feels more at home on the track rather than on the street. And the quick shifter works perfectly. It works like a charm. I love using the quick shifter. You can forget about one thing, which is using the clutch when you're riding. The brake is excellent. The brake is excellent. They got perfect stopping power for this motorcycle. I think seat is tiny bit better on the SP compared to the standard Monster. The heat which is produced from the engine, is that too much? It's not too much, it is bearable. Maybe because it's a sunny day, I'm feeling the heat a lot more. So it got a lot of electronics on this motorcycle, and all of this electronics does not overshadow or override the fun factor of this motorcycle. It's still a fun motorcycle to ride. All the electronics which is offered on this motorcycle tend to assist that fun factor, and it does not override or overshadow the fun factor of this motorcycle. So that's the other reason which you should consider the Monster SP over the standard Monster. What are the cons of Monster SP? The only thing which I can think of is the price. Now it falls into the category of a super naked, middleweight super naked, and for 100,000 ringgit and more, there is a lot more options which is available in the market. But it's not a Ducati, it's not an SP version. The ones which is offered in the market probably will not get the Öhlins shocks. Brembo Styloma calipers probably will not get all of that, and you'll definitely won't get a Ducati SP model for the price what the Monster SP is being offered at. So the only cons which I can think of is the price on this motorcycle. Other than that, everything is exceptional, everything is good. The riding position is perfect for the track in my opinion, and you get an SP. I think this might be the most affordable SP model which Ducati offers. So yeah, if you want the most affordable Ducati SP model, you should go ahead and get the Monster SP. It's still a fun motorcycle. What I like more about this Monster SP is the brakes. The brakes are excellent. The biting power on the brakes is far more than what you get on the Hypermotor, the standard Monster. So that being said, if you want to consider this Monster SP, take into consideration all of those aspects, by all means please go ahead. I'm not really sure how often Ducati Belli Sungaibulo will have a test ride unit, but they did offer the test ride for the past 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and because of which I was able to get this unit for a test ride. The footrest is a little high to my liking, so you kind of squeeze in. The only other cons which I would call out is that I feel a little cramped and my ability to move on the motorcycle is a little restricted in the Monster SP. That's the only problem which I will say. It's a little cramped. I feel I want to sit a lot more backward, and the seat cover at the back kind of restricts that. I'm not able to move as freely as I would want to. That's the only other complaint what I have. So maybe for shorter riders this might be perfect. I'm 5'10". That's the only other complaint what I have. But other than that, you know, how often do you get a Ducati SP at this price? I don't know. The Hypermotard SP, last time I checked, used to cost about 25,000 ringgit more than this one. So from an SP point of view, this might be a steal. And if you want the blinks which you do not get in the Monster, you should go ahead with this one. So I talked to the Ducati dealer, as in why is the price going higher and higher and higher. The response what I got was the ringgit is going down, so they got to adjust the price a little bit, and that is the prime reason for increasing the price of the motorcycle every year on year. I so wanted to ride this SP for a long time. I guess this is the first SP model of Ducati which I'm riding, and I like it. And I did go to the Ducati PJ showroom. I did go to the Ducati Kualalumpur showroom. None of those branches offered a test ride on the Monster SP. So I'm extremely thankful to Ducati Veli Sungaibulo to offer a test ride on the Monster SP. This riding position, I exceptionally like this because I think I like to take it for the track. One other thing which I would like to call out is that the Terminioni slip-on exhaust does not really sound as good as it should be. So 3 gripes: the exhaust sound doesn't sound too good, my ability to move on the motorcycle is kind of restricted, and the price. Other than that, it's a perfect motorcycle to go for, and I'm thankful that Veli Ducati Sungaibulo let me test ride this motorcycle. The paint job on the tank is different. The indicator is exactly the same as the standard. It's integrated into the body. It's really nice. Engine is exactly the same. Testa Strata L twin. Makes about 111 horsepower and 94 newton meters of torque. I'm not going to dive more into the specs of the engine, which I already did in my previous video. The Monster engine configuration does not have any change between the standard as well as the SP. The big difference is in the front. The standard Monster has got a USD fork, but this one has got Öhlins fully adjustable fork in the front. Got a 43mm fully adjustable Öhlins fork in the front. It's exactly the same diameter as the standard Monster, but with the golden color it looks more appealing to the eyes. It got a Brembo Stylema caliper, which is different from the standard. and it got the same 320 millimeter disc. The travel on the fork on the Monster SP is 10 millimeter more. The travel for the front fork is 140 millimeters. And we already talked about the brake. It's got Brembo Styloma calipers. It runs on Pirelli Diablo Rosso 4 compared to standard Monster, which runs on Diablo Rosso 3. The headlamp is exactly the same as what's on the standard. It got the LED headlamp, and it got the DRL oval shaped daytime running lights. In the front, it is visually different from the standard Monster, and it got Ducati Corsa Racing logo in here. And in the front, the mudguard has got a paint job, which is a red integrated in here. Compression preload and rebound adjustable fork. Again, Brembo Styloma caliper, which saves weight and it's better compared to the standard. Not much difference in this area. It's got aluminum alloy frame compared to the steel trellis frame from the previous generation. It got quick shifter up and down as standard. That is the same in the standard Monster. It's a chain drive, 15 sprocket in the front and 45 in the back. The big difference in the back is that it got Öhlins fully adjustable shock at the back, compression preload and rebound adjustment at the back. It's a big improvement compared to the standard one, which only had preload adjustment, and this one looks really nice too. It's wrapped around by Pirelli Diablo Rosso 4 compared to Rosso 3 in the standard. Again, the seat, which is red in color compared to the standard, which is black. This is a seat cover which we got. In the standard Monster, the rear shock has a travel of 140 millimeters. So this is more. It's got more travel in the back and more travel in the front, because of which the seat height of this motorcycle is 20 millimeters more than the standard. The standard sits at 820, but this sits at 840 millimeters at the seat height. This is a seat cover which can be removed if required. This comes in with Termignoni exhaust as standard. In the standard Monster, this was not there. So in the Monster SP, this comes in as standard, and you don't have to buy it and add it on. So this looks and sounds really better compared to the standard Monster. So that is better. One more thing which we talked about was the steering damper. The steering damper comes in as standard on the Monster SP. So that's how it looks like. In the cockpit, everything else is the same. 5-inch TFT dash. The switch cluster is exactly the same as on the standard Monster. Visually, this looks miles apart from the standard Monster. Visually, this looks a lot better because of the Termignoni exhaust, because of the red color seat as well as the seat cover, and the big difference being the front Öhlins fork, which is golden color, as well as the Brembo Styloma calipers. I hope you guys like the video, and if you guys like to see more videos like this, please let me know what model and brand would you like me to do a walk, and I'll be more than happy to do that. So thank you for watching.